hopefully you saw the little screenshot on the scale. I think I was 202.6 when I first stepped on it. I don't know. I got on it kind of awkward. It was like 206. I go, 206! Because I got to get to my goal, my drop dead goal for Wednesday. Drop dead, whatever it takes, is 196 this week. So when I saw 206, I go, 10 pounds? No way! Because I was 202 just like 2 days ago. So I'm back to 202. When I got on the scale, it was 202.6, I think, when I stepped on it the right way. So I'll anyway. So yeah, it will be. If I got 6 pounds to go, I will be fasting tonight. I'll skip dinner and then fast all tomorrow, and then see how I do Friday morning. Friday morning on the weight. All right, I'm off to swimming this morning, so that's nice. Our pool is back open. Our club's back open after the fire. It didn't get. I don't believe it got damaged, but it was in a bad area, so I haven't seen the area yet. So I'll be up there today to see. So one thing I saw on my schedule, I didn't pick it up till last night. I glanced at it right before I went to sleep. And I thought I had like a 40-minute run-walk thing up on the, right here by my house. Again, up probably on the bottom part of Annandale. But when I looked closer, my coach had me down for a sled pull. So you guys are in for a treat today. One of the cool things about living where I live is the coast is only about, 35 or 40 minutes away. So I can go out there and do workouts. So I wear a harness and pull a sled up and down the beach. Usually about, I think it was 15 to 20 pounds. I can't remember how much now because I haven't done it in a year, since last year. But I know what the feel is of what a 40-pound sled is on the snow is about 15 to 20 pound sled on the beach. So that'll be fun. I haven't been out there in a little while. I love the coast. It's sort of like out of sight, out of mind. So you don't really. It's close, but it's not like being in San Diego or LA where it's really warm. But it does get warm sometimes, and the place is packed out there. But I don't know if it's going to be warm or not. But it'll be fun. The swim was awesome. I can't even tell you. I've been stretching like I said. I got that. I told the guy I got this excessive gene, so I've been going to the stretching 13 out of 14 days to yoga or something like that, and I love the yoga instructor. He said, "Bill, you're not excessive. You have passion." No. He said, I have drive. I have passion too. And so I said, yeah, I have drive. So I wasn't even thinking about it. I was thinking about it strictly for this striding and running. But when you do yoga, they're stretching your shoulders. They're doing everything. And I get in here and go to swimming because the fire, this area has been closed for a couple weeks, or at least our club was, and maybe it opened up last week. And so I missed a couple weeks of swimming, and I don't know, I'm just doing the did the masters this morning, and all of a sudden I'm like, wow, my shoulders are really loose. It's not as hard to lift my arm. You're not fighting against those muscles in your shoulder. I didn't even know I had stiff shoulders till I started swimming this morning, and I was like, wow, that feels kind of easy. And then my kick, which I wouldn't think about my kick because I loosened up my hips so much, my kick was way easier. I told my swim coach, I said, hey, my new name is going to be the Missile, because I'm going to get way faster at swimming because I'm getting stretchy. Talked with my swim coach, Mark, after breakfast today, and I was telling him, I was like, wow, I was shocked how my shoulders are so much looser from this yoga, and it makes such a big difference in my stroke. Like, it's just easier to bring my arm over. And even my kicking, because I've worked so hard on my hips, that my kicking is faster. It's not as much of a strain on me, which is like shock. I mean, I wish I knew this stuff before.
I don't think people know how stiff I really am. Or they would tell me to go to yoga. But anyway, I'm in there. I said, yeah, I'm getting so fast now. When I start doing my serious training for the English Channel, they're gonna call me the Missile. He goes, yeah. He goes, Phelps will hear about you and he'll have to come out of retirement to protect his records. I go, yes, that's the truth. The Missile's on his way. My trusty beach sled back there. It's beat up. It's held together with duct tape. I'm making it tougher. Anyway, I'm excited about my my beach run out here. My first one of the season. I was just looking. My pass is either expired or really close to being expired because I bought it last year right around the same time for going out to the beach and training. I use about in Minnesota and in Wisconsin, where I got the Arrowhead and Tuscobia races. I'll be carrying 40 to 50 pound sled, and but on the beach, I can't drag 40 to 50 pounds, not very far. It's not like on snow. So I use about 15 to 20. I can't remember exactly how much I use, but I'll know when I start running. I'll get a feel for it. But hey, I want to go back and tell you the reason why I want to be called the Missile when I swim. And why Phelps is going to come out of retirement because he'll be all worried about me going to break his records. But seriously, the reason is I got to get faster over there, because the last time I was able to swim, my sixth attempt, I never even got a chance to go. It was just so rough. I never even got off the beach. It was like super depressing. Anyway, I don't even want to talk about it. So let's go back to 5. But on the 5th attempt, right before I jumped in, we had our boat. You leave your harbor and you park at these. You park at the beach. You not park, but you know what I mean. You pull up near the beach. I jump in and you swim to shore, and then you start from there. You raise your hand and they tell you to go. But when we pulled up near the shore with our boat, there was another boat there. Another boat, and it was a guy from Australia. And he looked over at me. We were right next to each other and says, "Hey, mate, I'll see you in the drink, right?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll see you in the drink too." And so we jump in and we both swim to shore around the same time. And he gets there a little before me, and he takes off. And I look at this guy, and this guy is hauling ass, right? He's fast. And I go, "I don't think I'm going to see you in the drink, mate." But anyway, so I really swam well. I swam hard. I was out there 11 and a half hours, I think. And I was within, probably 3.5 miles ashore. I'd swam 20 miles with the current and all that. And all of a sudden a storm blew in, right? The storm blew in, this big dark cloud came overhead. Because I thought I had it. I go, "I got this. You put up the sign that said 4 miles to go, and I'm like, "I got this. This is the year. I got it." And then all of a sudden, this big dark cloud blows in, and these big waves start pounding us. And anyway, I swam for like an hour in this storm. It slowed me down to nothing. It started pushing me sideways down the shore. And after fighting it for an hour, I lost the boat, which is, that's kind of scary. You don't really want to do that. But anyway, I was just digging so hard and not really focusing on where the boat was, and it kept, he just couldn't stay with me. And then I lost him, which was a faux pas on my part. And, so when I finally found him, I had to swim to it. He was, about 500 yards away towards England. Maybe not 500 yards, but 300 yards or something. It was a ways. It was enough. And he called it. He says, "I can't stay with you, Bill, in this storm. I just can't go that slow in this storm." Even though I was kicking it, I was going really slow. I mean, the wind was hitting us head on, and just the current was just taking us sideways. And anyway, so I get on the boat, and after swimming for 11 and a half hours, I mean, I'm depleted. Maybe it was 12 hours by now. I mean, I was working hard, and you're worked, right? You know, you are worked. And I get on that boat, and I sit in the seat, and the guy hands me a bucket. They just got to know this, right? Like if you swam that hard for that long, your system's depleted. I instantly got seasick, right? Because it was rough. I mean, the water was rough, and I'm puking into this bucket like the guy had ESP that I was gonna puke, and I'm puking into this bucket, and then all of a sudden over the radio, you know, as we're getting hammered by this storm still in the boat, I hear, hey, you know, it comes over the radio, the Australian swimmer just landed on shore, right? And I'm going like, hey, how'd that guy make it to shore, man? I got hammered by the storm. How come he didn't get hammered by the storm? How'd he make it to shore? And my boat pilot said, he goes, hey Bill, he was close enough to the cliffs that he got he got wind protection from it. He was blocked from the wind, and he made it to shore. You can see why I want to be called the Missile. I got to be faster. That guy probably beat me by 2 hours, maybe 2 hours and change. But the difference of him being that much faster than me was the difference of making it or sitting in the boat holding a bucket and puking all the way back to England. I'm going to be called the Missile. Somebody else can hold the bucket. Beach. Pretty beautiful out here. I love this place, actually. I love training out here. First time of the season for Arrowhead and Tuscobia, and I'm supposed to do like a 45-minute workout, 30 minutes with the sled. I'm sticking with, right now it is about a 15-pound sled. Feels about right. It's always kind of a shock when you first put these things on you and start dragging them. Your system is my system is always shocked. It's like, wow, that's not that light. Especially on the sand. Anyway, but I am excited. I love this. Look how beautiful it is out here. I love it. All right, finishing off my my sled pull. Doing about 20-minute mile pace on the soft sand. I guess that's good for the first workout on sand. It's kind of a shock, but definitely want to bring it down before I go to these races. I want to get down at least a couple more minutes a mile. But glad I got out here. Look how beautiful this is. A lot of crap on the shore right now. Normally that stuff comes and goes, that seaweed. Sometimes it's here and sometimes it disappears, but I love being near the coast and training. Yeah, I try and stay on the softer sand because I used to train right down by the water and go back and forth on the hard sand, which I really could do a lot faster than on the softer sand. And but it wasn't a good idea unless you had really good conditions. You were kind of in shock. It's like, oh, well, it's not as hard as the hard sand. And then your body and your brain are like, wow, this is hard. I'm kind of brainstorming with you guys because I don't know what to make of it. I have to look at my log from last year and see what I was doing these in. But I was doing a lot of running last year with the sled and a little bit of walking, but trying to run more. And this year I'm trying to train more with walking. So it'll be interesting to look at my log from last year and see what I can tell. But yeah, so I was a little over 20 minutes on the walking part. And then when I cut the sled loose, which my coach wanted me to do, you know, like half hour, which I went over a half hour on the sled pull, and then 15 minutes on the, I did on the run with no, maybe like 12 minutes running with no sled. And that I was doing about, you know, a little over 11-minute mile pace. So And I'm on the softer sand, like I was saying earlier. I like to kind of take worst case scenario. If I can do worst case scenario and get in the soft sand, then if it's harder out there. But it's interesting because sometimes when you're pulling the sled, if it's good conditions, you won't even know the sled's back there, right? When you're in the snow, because it just glides along behind you. But when you're in the sand, you always know it's back there. So it's hard to like compare, you know, what I should be doing on the sand compared to what that'll equal out to on the snow. It's very, it's hard to compare. All right, so heading to yoga now, but I was really happy with it. At least I'm out here. Beautiful day, beautiful time of the year, and got my first sled workout in. Ooh, Eye of the Tiger. Hopefully this week's fast goes better than last week's fast. I remember at the end of Thursday night, I was going like, who named this a fast? I had such a rough time last Friday with hunger, just super bad hunger. And yeah, and I was getting a little edgy. And I said, who named this fasting? It's starving. I'm freaking starving. It's going to go better this week. It's back to fasting. Sounds less painful. A little bit about yin yoga and how it's helping me so much with my running and my swimming.
Yeah, well, Bill, there's a reason why yin yoga is helping you with your swimming and with running. Yin yoga is a practice where you hold the postures for long periods of time, and it helps to lengthen the fascial tissue. And it's actually the fascia that restricts the muscles. And muscles become kind of hardened and scarred because of fascia. So the yin applies gentle stress, which then lubricates the joints and the fascia. And so you feel more open and free, and you're able to have better results. And maybe, yeah. So
this is why I'm getting, give me that, Eye of the Tiger.
Okay.
What was your name one more time?
Lorraine
Power. Yeah, because swimming, running, walking.
Mm-hmm.
Although when I got on the sand, I was a little slower, but I'm walking like a 15-minute pace now. Nice. Compared to 20 on the pavement, and so it's awesome. So
great, good.
Lorraine Power,
Yin
yoga power.
Yeah, all these yoga instructors are really nice. They're so nice. I don't know what they do with the mean ones. They must banish them from yoga because they're all so nice. It's almost 10:30. Me and Furley just got home. The calorie count. Remember, I think I stopped eating around 3:30 this afternoon because I mean business. I'm on the whatever it takes diet, so we'll see how it looks tomorrow morning. But I was at 202 this morning, and Friday morning I got to be at 196, so that's like 6 pounds. So not super optimistic that I'll be super close tomorrow, but one thing I know, Friday morning, definitely making it because it's a whatever it takes diet. Anyway, so the missile is putting down his X. The missile. All right, good night, everybody.